There are a number of features unique to Minecraft that really kind of set it up for success in the SEL realm. And honestly, this list is pretty similar for every topic that we take on with Minecraft. Like if this were a Minecraft for writing training or a Minecraft for problem solving or research, right? Like all of these different topics, Minecraft, these features can be applied in creative ways that make it easy to approach those skills. So I kind of just wanted to point out a couple of them, and I think it would be helpful just to kind of get an idea. I know in pockets where people's comfort level is with Minecraft, but I don't know, can I see everybody? I think I can see everybody. Just like on your hand, like 0 through 5, where's your comfort level with Minecraft terminology, the vocabulary of Minecraft? Okay, so so just to clarify some of the terms that you'll run into as we're going through today, and these features that are SEL promoting. One of the features is that, and we've already talked about this, Minecraft is a multiplayer platform. So, you know, if you're in a situation where you have some students connecting from home and some students in the classroom, Minecraft can be this great like middle ground where they can meet and have it be a more meaningful experience than the remote kids just kind of watching class happen, right? They can collaborate, they could build together, they could, you know, create a Minecraft version of their classroom to hang out in and link resources to and all that good stuff. So that multiplayer aspect to Minecraft sets a great foundation for developing SEL skills, right? It's not taking care of it for you, but as a teacher, it empowers you to practice those skills with your students. NPCs stand for non-player characters. And these are characters that you can place in your Minecraft world that are not active. They're just people you kind of put in as almost like signposts. You can give them dialogue. You can give them buttons that do different things. And NPCs kind of become your Swiss Army knife. You can put an NPC in to explain a concept or to give directions or to give students some options in the form of buttons. Lindsay and I have done a lot of Minecraft building where we'll have NPCs that give students choices, and depending on their choice, they get teleported to a different part of the map, right? So it's kind of like a choose your own adventure thing. So NPCs are really nice. Sorry, say that again?
Mike? You want me to just show an NPC real quick so they can see what it looks like?
Sure.
Sometimes it's helpful to have a visual. So this is, I just took some screenshots real quick, actually right before we started, an NPC that I made in a Minecraft world as an informational piece, and as a way for, going so right now. Okay, so when students are in the Minecraft world, if they click on this guy, this box pops up because this is an NPC that I've tied resources to. So I typed in this dialogue that he says, and then I created these buttons for him. We can talk more about that, but so this NPC in the background, if you click the button to go to the cave, it teleports the player to the cave. And if you click the button to listen to happy music, it opens up in a new window. In this case, I just grabbed a YouTube playlist of happy music. So the NPC can give you information, but it can also be interactive. So you can have buttons set up so that students can either go to a URL, go to a website, or be teleported to a different place within the Minecraft world. So they're really, really flexible, and it's nice because you can then have students interacting with them.
Right. So from like the SEL standpoint, you know, NPCs, obviously she just showed you an example where it's kind of like a choice board, right? You choose the option that you want to go to, but it has more of a narrative, real life feel because you're talking to a character. So in terms of social emotional learning, you have the opportunity to create like these scenarios to make them feel real, to let students make choices and see what the consequences of those choices are, right? Like maybe the NPC asks you a question and you decide whether to respond in a helpful or a non-helpful way, and you get teleported to different places based on your response. It's a great way to kind of delve into those scenario-based things. And we're going to talk a lot more about the different possibilities with that. But another feature that Minecraft Education Edition has, and this is actually unique to the Education Edition, it's not available in regular Minecraft, is Camera, Book and Quill, and Portfolio. So these tools together make it easy for students to document their experience. So they can put a camera in their inventory and take pictures of stuff as they're exploring. And those pictures go directly into a portfolio or a book for them. So they can take a picture of something and then they can open up their book and write a caption for that picture or write a little reflective page next to that picture. And again, this is one of those tools that we can use it for SEL. We can use it for a ton of different things, but it's great for specifically like those reflection pieces and kind of going into Minecraft and leaving with an artifact, right? Like I just took some pictures, I reflected real quick, and now I have this tangible reflection that I can export and submit on Schoology or Seesaw or share with other classes. The possibilities are endless. Creative mode. So Minecraft, the typical understanding of Minecraft is that it's a game, right? And in the game, your job is to essentially survive the elements. So you collect food, you keep your health up, you sleep at night, like all these different survival elements for the game aspect of it. But there's a whole nother side of it, and that's creative mode. And that's really what we use Minecraft a lot for in the classroom, is just this limitless 3D canvas for creativity, right? You can go in and you can build a house for a specific purpose, or you can build a scavenger hunt, or you can build whatever, right? It's a really powerful canvas for students to create in a way that they're expressing things that they learned. It's a great way to finish a lesson or a unit. Just a really powerful canvas that you can use. You don't have to use it in its intended game purpose at all. You can just use it for building. And a couple other things that are unique to Minecraft Education Edition are allowed, nigh, and border blocks. And these are blocks that you can put in place ahead of time that manage how students interact with the world. So you could set up a world where students can't do anything unless they find allow blocks, right? Like they can't touch the world. They can interact with NPCs, but they can't break anything unless they're on top of some allow blocks, because those allow blocks let them do stuff to the world in those specific spaces. Kind of the flip of that, deny blocks, if you have a world that you want students to be able to manipulate, but you have one specific thing you don't want them to touch, you can surround that in deny blocks and they can't touch it. And along those same lines, border blocks keep students in or out of something. So if you want to start a world by having all the students in one specific place so you can show them something, you can kind of corral them in like sheep with border blocks. Or if you have something, again, that you don't want them to, a space you don't want them to get into, you can use border blocks to keep them out. So building on those features, they open up a lot of creative opportunities for you as the teacher and for students to interact with Minecraft in a way that's educational and that develops these SEL competencies. One project I put at the top, because I'm working on it right now with several people, and it's kind of exciting, is we're using Minecraft as a studio. And with Minecraft as a studio, students will be designing these scenes essentially and taking pictures of those scenes that they will export and use to write children's stories. So right now we're looking at it. I'm working with some transition teachers to create this as kind of a work-based learning opportunity. And these transition students are gonna write some children's stories that will be shared with our younger audiences. Hopefully we'll be able to like print them as actual books and they can kind of fill those classroom libraries. So it's kind of a cool, authentic audience for those transition students. and for those younger students. Scenarios and videos. So I have a video linked to this option that I'll have Lindsay play at the end of when I'm done talking about this slide. But with things like the NPCs and being able to build kind of open-endedly, it's really easy to create scenarios. So if you're approaching a Minecraft world specifically to teach SEL, you can create these different scenarios that let students make choices or think about what they would do in different situations. To practice, I know, so Rob had reached out to me about something that happened in the classroom and wanting to follow up with a kind of a digital safety lesson. You know, stuff like that where you're responding to things that happened in the classroom or things that you want to address in the classroom. Minecraft is kind of a safe platform to explore these scenarios, right? You can make the wrong choices in Minecraft and think about what the consequences would be and try to apply the lessons that you learn from interacting with these scenarios and apply them to your real life. So it's very easy to create those scenarios and even turn them into videos. It's very easy for teachers or students to record their screens while they're going through this stuff and make it shareable and accessible to others outside of Minecraft. Choose your own adventure worlds. So we talked a lot about that in terms of the NPCs and being able to click buttons to go different places. You can be as simple or as complicated with that opportunity as you want and create these paths where students make choices and see what happens with their choices. Another interesting project idea is an empathetic build. So empathy is a large part of the social emotional learning approach. And again, Minecraft is this pretty limitless 3D canvas that kind of mimics the real world in many ways. So an example of a way to use that for an empathetic build would be to have students survey either other students from other classrooms or teachers or families in the community about, for example, let's say you were going to have students build a house for these people that they're surveying, and they want to figure out what are the needs of the people who I'm building this house for? What are they interested in? What could I do to this house to make it something that they want, something that supports their needs? So if you think about, for example, if they were to survey students from our medically fragile classrooms, right? There's a whole set of needs that those students have that your typical student wouldn't even think about because they don't have those needs. So it's an opportunity to explore that empathetic process, and it gives them all the tools they need to create this model of a house that accommodates those needs, right? Using that empathetic approach. One of my personal favorites is Scavenger Hunts. You have this huge Minecraft world that you can operate within, and you can hide interesting things. You can use coordinates to create maps. You can really make it an engaging experience for the students.